Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your April 2023 general readings. We are looking at the first half of April from the 1st through the 15th, and this reading is for our Rams, the fire sign of Aries. Welcome everyone. Thanks for taking the time to be here. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you so much for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. Those of you who do, it's always welcome and makes a big difference. Thank you. So, Aries, this is for you for the first half of April 2023. If your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Aries, if you're cross-watching for an Aries, it is also relevant. It's a general reading, so of course it'll resonate just a little differently for everyone, which is why we always suggest that you watch any or all of your other signs if you know them, sun, moon, rising, Venus. It can, give you some different perspective and different insight into what's going on in your own personal life. Now, if you find that something really does resonate with you, you relate to it, and you would like to maybe take a deeper look at it, reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else. Personal readings do make great gifts because they're personal. If you're interested in any of that or information about that, please feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can also get that contact info by clicking the description link or clicking the title of this video. I would be delighted to hear from you. I can usually respond the same day with more information. I do offer quite a wide variety of choices for readings in all areas of life, so email me if you're interested. Okay, Aries, let's move right along with your reading and see what the first half of April looks like for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Radiant Rider-Waite. Okay, Aries. We begin with the Six of Cups. Home, nostalgia, reminiscence, childhood, or people, places, and situations you have a history with. Some of you, it might be a soulmate because the Six of Cups is sometimes a soulmate card. With the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Fire, the Knight of Action. This speaks of things. Knights represent offers and opportunities for change and speed at which situations move. So this is an offer or opportunity moving quite quickly. It might even be traveling back home, traveling with your person. Something moving forward quite quickly. Something or someone you have a history with. Next we have the Five of Wands, but there's some conflict. Internal conflict with yourself, external conflict with someone else, maybe a combination of both, fighting about the same thing over and over again. Nobody willing to back down, so there's never any solution. It just kind of keeps going around and around and around. With the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, decadence, getting everything you want, your cups overflowing with abundance. In a relationship, it might be that there is a disconnect between you and your person when the Five of Wands shows up with a Nine of Cups, this can sometimes be people going, you're very selfish. You're only thinking about what your needs are and what you think is good for you rather than what's good for me. In relationship, it can represent that as well, because the Nine of Cups represents wish fulfillment, but it's not the Ten of Cups, which is more of that fulfillment, that happy home card. The Nine of Cups here, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a card of your cups overflowing with abundance, but it can be sometimes a very decadent, indulgent, still not bad, but a selfish card as well. I feel like for some of you, this is going on between you and someone else, and maybe even internally with yourself as well. Next, we have the Nine of Wands, the Wounded Warrior card, somebody who's already been through so much, and yet here is yet another thing in front of them, or perhaps the same old thing again, the same old issue, and the person is, sitting down. They're like, I'm tired. I don't really know if I have the strength to figure out how to get through this one again, or even if I even want to. So they're kind of maybe feeling a bit discouraged, wondering if they should go on, if they can go on, how, or even if they want to. I think, but because tens represent cycle fulfillment or achievement here, the Nine of Wands, represents somebody being very close to coming to that point where they're like, I'm done with this. This cycle is done. It feels like somebody is kind of nearing a breaking point. With the Seven of Coins, reflection, consideration, taking stock, taking inventory, looking at what you have invested in something and asking yourself, can I make this better? If so, how? Should I just take what I can and go on to something new? You know, it's a card of kind of trying to figure that out, because somebody is feeling pretty worn out here. They're kind of tired of this issue being the same issue over and over and over again. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy for the first half of April is the Hanging Man. Waiting, watching, getting news, maybe getting a different perspective, different information, maybe seeing things from a different way. It's a card of hanging from the tree of knowledge. And it also can represent a certain self-sacrifice. Maybe you want to run, maybe you want to go do this or the other thing, but you're just staying there because there's something to be learned, perhaps. Not taking any decisive action just yet. So let's clarify a bit. Let's clarify that overall energy. The Hanging Man. What is that about, Aries? Waiting for what? Queen of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. It's likely you, but for some of you, particularly if this is about another person, could be another fire sign or somebody who, oh my goodness. These next two cards. So we pulled the Queen of Wands. Here we have the King of Wands and the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Love in between them. The Sun, the Ace of Wands, literally waiting for the sun to come back out, literally waiting for a new beginning, literally waiting for this pressure to be uplifted. Clarify this Six of Cups and Knight of Wands. What's this about? I think for many of you, this is about love or a very strong connection between you and another person. Like, I'm not picking up business here. The Six of Cups is clarified by the Six of Cups. It's a pretty strong karmic union, connection unit. The Emperor, there you are, the sign of Aries, the Emperor, the Knight of Wands, and we already have the Knight of Wands with that Six of Cups. I think you want to go somewhere. I mean, the Knight of Wands is sometimes the player. He goes in, he goes out, he goes in, he goes out, and maybe that's what Aries, maybe that's what the conflict is about. Maybe you or the other person, you know, is like coming and going and coming and going and coming and going and leaving, coming back, and leaving and coming back. And somebody's like, I can't do this anymore. We either need to make a commitment so that you stay or so that I go with you or something like that. I'm tired of this. Somebody's tired. It could be you if you're tired of traveling, but it doesn't feel like it. Yeah, the Four of Wands, maybe traveling. I feel like somebody's like going and coming and going and coming. I don't know if it's you or the other person, but whoever's the one that's often left behind or has to do the work to catch up with you is tired. Let's clarify that conflict card, Five of Wands. What's that about? Yeah, the Five of Wands is clarified by the Nine of Wands, which is already right next to it. That's what the source of the conflict is about. That Nine of Wands. Somebody's like tired. They're so tired. They're like, I don't, you know, this keeps happening over and over and over again. I'm tired of this. Let's clarify that Nine of Cups. The Ten of Wands, yeah, at the very end of your rope. Somebody's tired, overwhelmed. They're like, I have to lay this burden down. It feels like, again, a relationship of some kind. For some of you, it might not be romantic. For others of you, it is. And there's this, like, somebody keeps coming and going and coming and going and coming and going. Like, they say they love, but yet there's some kind of commitment or final commitment or something like that that isn't happening. And it feels like they keep coming and going and coming and going. And the person who's often left behind is like, I'm tired of being left behind, or I'm tired of being alone, or I'm tired of having to chase after you all the time. You know, I don't want to do this anymore. It's kind of what I'm saying. I don't know if it's which side of that. For some of you, you might be the one that's kind of having to chase the person. For others of you, you might be the one kind of coming and going, right? Let's clarify that Nine of Wands and this Seven of Coins. I'm tired. I feel like giving up. Maybe I should. Let me think about this. Let me think about this. Yeah, Seven of Cups, Nine of Cups again, Seven of Cups, fantasizing, daydreaming. What about what I want? I'm really tired. What about what I want? What would my ideal be like? Clarify the Seven of Coins. Ace of Cups, new emotional beginnings, new love and romance. The Three of Wands, feeling more positive, hopeful, optimistic about the future. I think somebody's on the verge of saying, I'm done with this. I don't want to do it this way anymore. Regardless of which side of the story you're on, Aries, you or the other person is they don't want to do it anymore. So something has to give here. Some kind of decision has to be made here. So let's wrap this up with some advice, guidance, and feedback for Aries for the first half of April 2023. Page of Cups. A loving message, a loving offer. We're looking at advice for Aries. The Four of Cups, an offer being made. Somebody considering it, they're not sure. So either you need to make the offer or you need to take the offer. Judgment, or judgment is that major crossroads. You're at you're at that fork in the road in your life where a life-changing decision needs to be made, and judgment has an air of finality because judgment is final, right? So which means that whatever you choose to do or not to do, that's what it's going to be, and you're just going to have to live with it because you won't be able to reverse it or come back from it. So consider wisely. Eight of Cups and Ten of Swords, leaving something behind, surrendering to a painful ending. But it's on the other side of this, or make the offer, because that's what it looks like here. This is either make the offer or take the offer, Aries. Whatever that commitment, which would either end this coming and going or make the other person be with you, right? So either make the offer or take the offer, or judgment. Surrender to the fact that you can't, and it's not fair to the other person, or vice versa, and go your own way. I mean, it's kind of a fish or cut bait kind of scenario here. So I think I'm just going to leave it there. It feels like a good stopping point. Aries, those are your messages for the first half of April. I hope that you found them useful. I hope you found them relevant. I hope they gave you some food for thought, or just validated what's already going on in your own head and your own heart. Again, if any of this resonates with you and you would like to pull the curtain back a bit and take a deeper look at something and get a personal reading on it, please feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to hear from you, or if you're purchasing it as a gift for someone else or anyone else, friends, family, loved ones. Again, you can see that contact info by clicking the description link or clicking the title of this video. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the April mid-month readings. Stay safe, stay well. I hope to see you back here again soon as we transition into spring. Take care. Bye-bye.